Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Zamizar channel, and on this episode, we are going to watch this news video. And syempre, we are going to react and share our opinion about this particular news beat. Bale, part lang of the news yung i-feature ko here, and that part is the one about the West Philippine Sea. And so let's watch it now. Oh, hold on.
Jr. seeking accountability from his predecessor over the controversial gentleman's agreement with China. He made the remark as he left Washington following his historic trilateral summit with the U.S. and Japan. Our correspondent Katrina Domingo joins us live from Washington. Hi, Kat.
Hi, Rika. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. says former President Rodrigo Duterte should divulge to the public the details of the secret deal that he made with China, underscoring that officials should be held accountable for their decisions. Fresh from his trilateral summit with Japan and the United States, Marcos Jr. underscores that the Philippine public, as well as the current administration, should be privy to the concessions that Duterte made with China. Let's listen to that statement.
Hindi ko nga maintindihan, very experienced lawyer si President Duterte. Bakit walang nakasulat na kahit isang papel? Bakit walang video? Bakit di nila sinabi sa amin nung kami pumasok? Na sabihin, meron kaming usapan. I would disagree with that idea that you enter into a secret agreement. You know, you have any agreement with another sovereign state should really be known by the people. That way, you're accountable. If it's a bad decision, you're accountable. We need to know, what did you agree to? What did you compromise? Ano yung pinamigay ninyo?
So with this, I know you've heard so many content creators reacting on this issue. Alam ko, marami na rin kayo napanood ng mga news. And I've also seen quite a lot already about this. And I think what's happening here is parang biglang nagulat tayo that there is an issue saying na merong gentleman handshake agreement between Duterte and the head of state of China. And there are people na saying, no, wala naman. But then, things are happening sa West Philippine Sea. And it's becoming worse. So, we all need to address this. And as a Filipino, kailangan alam mo kung anong nangyayari dito sa part na to. And right now, what I can say, hearing this news, hearing it straight from the president's mouth, that parang meron ngang agreement. And when they got into office, you supposedly turnover between the outgoing administration and the incoming administration, parang hindi naging maayos yung turnover nila. Because it looks like sila PBBM was left unaware of such dealings. And yung mga dealings na ganito, according to experts that I know, I'm sure you've heard from on different interviews, different YouTube channels. I know you've heard from different experts out there when it comes to foreign policy or foreign dealings. Things like an agreement between one sovereign to another, dapat fully documented siya, and that your administration and your people should be aware of it, should know of it. What's parang disappointing lang for me from what former President Duterte did was parang, I understand nagkaroon ng pandemya and all, but still, if you are getting into agreements with other countries, dapat at least your administration your VP, your cabinet members, your Congress know this. Kasi it's the country that is at stake. And we are like millions of people here. And I think it's in the Constitution that if the president, being the chief architect of foreign policy, should document or let the people know about such dealings or any kind of dealings with other countries. And parang nakailang SONA ka, former President Duterte. Nakailang SONA siya, di ba? And it could have been mentioned or press release ka. It's important kasi it's not nothing. It's important. And you see, we are suffering these issues until now. Things are getting, things are escalating. So you could have, it's your responsibility as a former president, as a president during that time, to let your people know saan mo kami dinadala, saan mo dinadrive yung ating sasakyan, yung ating bansa, saan mo pinapapunta. So, yun yung frustrating for me on this part. So, let's listen pa.
If we recall, Duterte had denied making that agreement with China, but the Chinese embassy in Manila recently confirmed that Beijing had struck a deal with the former president concerning the West Philippine Sea. Marcos Jr. says he has tried asking officials who served in the previous administration but could not get straight answers. Marcos Jr. clarified that while National Security Advisor Eduardo Año served under Duterte, Año was not privy that Duterte was forging the secret deal with China. Meantime, the president shrugged off Duterte's remark that he is a crybaby for turning to the United States for aid.
Okay, let's move back lang a little bit. So, with hearing this, I'm more inclined to believing President BBM, President Bongbong Marcos, na he tried to get the information, the correct information from the former president himself and from yung mga officials who served under him, and nobody could give any concrete answers. Kasi parang, bakit? Bakit wala ni isa sa inyong makapagsabi kung meron ba or wala? And even yung si President, sabi niya, dinenay niya na walang agreement. Yet, the President BBM himself approached yung counterpart nung sa agreement, which is yung sa China, yung ambassador ng China, and they confirmed na meron. So, di ba, parang within us, sa ating mga Filipinos, talagang medyo questionable kung sino yung pagkakatiwalaan mo eh. But for me, hearing this news, I can say na mas maniniwala ako or mas inclined nga akong maniwala sa sentiment ni PBBM because nobody from the camp of former President Duterte can give confirmation or like one answer kung ano ba yung naging agreement, ano yung nilalaman ng agreement, and so para ma-rectify natin kung ano yung problema. And instead of trying to help the current president, tatawagan mo pa siyang crybaby. I mean, that is so parang uncalled for coming from a former president. Oh wait.
Making that agreement with China, but the Chinese embassy in Manila recently confirmed that Beijing had struck a deal with the former president concerning the West Philippine Sea. Marcos Jr. says he has tried asking officials who served in the previous administration but could not get straight answers. Marcos Jr. clarified that while National Security Advisor Eduardo Año served under Duterte, Año was not privy that Duterte was forging the secret deal with China. Meantime, the president shrugged off Duterte's remark that he is a crybaby for turning to the United States for aid after China fired water cannons against Philippine vessels within the Philippines' own exclusive economic zone.
To be a crybaby, you have to cry. Did you see me cry? I don't pay any attention to that. I really don't. That means absolutely nothing to me. And you know, again, the former president is a highly experienced lawyer. He should know that ad hominem attacks like that are really have no place in this kind of very important and very precarious rather discussions.
Diba parang instead of, I don't know ha, kayo guys, anong nararamdaman nyo? Kasi ako, ang pakiramdam ko, parang dinedeflect na lang ni former President Duterte yung pagkakamali niyang nagawa nung siya yung presidente, and he's trying to make it not look like it's totally his fault. So parang, alam niyo yun, yung para hindi siya talagang ma-target ng bullet, umiilag siya or naghahagi siya ng mga panangga para hindi siya directly tamaan ng mga questions, ng mga, oy, sagutin mo, ikaw ang answerable dito, ikaw yung accountable dito, former president. So, parang that's what I feel, parang nag-ad hominem na lang siya, or he's trying to make noise para yung direct tingin sa kanya ng tao is mag-blurred. That's what I feel, Yun yung nakikita ko dito, yun yung basa ko sa sitwasyon na to. Hearing this news.
Na sasabihin, pangit ka eh. O sige, di pangit ako, so what?
Like, you know, yung mga attacks or addresses like that, ad hominem hits, it doesn't help the situation. Diba? It doesn't help the situation, and what we need right now is yung help, itulong, i-rectify yung naging problema. Because if hindi mo maamin na, if the former president cannot really admit his accountability of, you know, making a wrong decision, then the next best thing to do is to solve or rectify kung ano pa yung maaayos. Wag na nating, let's not even try to really drain the former president for answers, concrete answers and all. I mean, one time na tanungin ka about the issue and you cannot give a straight answer, then there's no straight answer. There's no decent, correct answer that's going to come from you. So, wag na. Whatever it is that we are assuming na it's your fault, this is what you did, may gentleman handshake agreement kayo, inallow mo yung China to take advantage of our territory, part of our territory, then, you know, I think, so be it. Then, if you cannot correct us, then that's what we are going to think. So, I think ganun na yung game plan, or I think ganun na yung iisipin, or nandun na sa ganung stage si PBBM with regards to this situation. Kasi natanong niya na tinanong niya na kayo and he's not like parang nagbibiro or nagjo-joke naman nung tinatanong kayo about this issue. So if you cannot give a straight answer, then we're going to think na kinompromise niyo yung Philippines. So, yun. Move on to the next na lang.
But as for the silence of Duterte's daughter, Vice President Sara Duterte, on the China issue, Marcos Jr. says,
I don't think that it's something that we need to be concerned with. That's not the role of a vice president or a secretary of education to talk about China. So I think we are all in line, because I'm very sure that if Inday Sara had some very serious misgivings about what we are doing in terms of foreign policy, she will bring them to me.
So dito naman sa usapin ng pananahimik ni VP Sara, meron din akong na-realize just today because I've also watched yung mga commentaries ng ibang YouTubers out there or content creators out there, and I heard like two sides. Those people na gustong magsalita si VP Sara because it's her job, or at least man lang as a VP, what can you say about this issue? Are you aligned with PBBM, or are you aware of what's going on? Can you give us an update? May mga ganong side. And on the other side naman, I think is also where our president is on, is hindi niya job yun eh. Hindi niya na trabaho yun. So, why bother her? Ang importante is she's not creating added friction to the fire or to the issue. So, yung ganong dalawang issue yung nakita ko or napansin ko from other content creators. And what I'm gonna say about this is, I am for sa side ni na PBBM na pwedeng, let's not get her to participate pa even more dito sa issue ng WPS because it's her father na yung may last touch dun sa issue eh. So I think for PBBM, it's also a dilemma. So might as well just keep the peace between them going. Kasi wala naman silang issues work-wise. So I think for PBBM, he just wanted to keep his administration working well. So mas importante na between him, the president, and the VP, smooth sailing sila. That he is trusting VP to do her job, and at the same time, no added problems are coming in from her end of the spectrum or from her end. Kasi she's involved with the former president. Anak siya ng former president eh. So, nandun yung she could say one thing na pro dun sa father niya, which is former President Duterte, that will create an issue naman dito sa administration ni PBBM na hindi sila united or hindi sila as one ni PBBM or kontra siya kay PBBM. Kontra siya dun sa administration na she's into. And at the same time, if si VP Sara naman would say something that is aligned to the side of PBBM, makakarinig naman siya dun sa side ng father niya. Baka kung ano-ano pang sabihin na hindi mo man lang kinampihan yung tatay mo and all, ganyan, wala kang utang na loob, ganyan. Eh kasi ganyan tayo mga Pilipino, di ba? We utilize or sometimes we weaponize our relationships with people around us for our own advantage. So, yun yung nakita ko doon eh, na parang si VP Sara could say one thing that will make either side or magkakaroon ng negative reflection or negative interpretation on any or both sides. So, parang for me, the way I see this, yung nakita ko is parang ipit sa gitna si VP Sara. As much as maybe she would want to comment pro PBBM, may masasabi yung sa side ng father niya. Pagka nag-comment naman siya na pro sa father niya, like yung no-comment niya, other people are interpreting it as pro sa daddy siya, then may mga nasasabi on the other side. So, um, so what I can say about this is, diba, ang hirap, pero sana as the VP, she could also say something if, kaya lang nga mahirap for her to open her mouth eh. It's really mahirap for her. So you see guys, this is just one scenario, example of the problem that we have with political dynasty. Kita nyo yon? Kita nyo yon? With how VP Sara is ipet sa gitna na as any other vice president, di ba, ina-expect natin na somehow i-echo niya rin kung ano yung sinasabi ng presidente about the West Philippine Sea or about our sovereignty. Pero hindi siya makapag-echo kasi ipit siya. Kasi kapamilya niya yung accountable, bakit tayo nagkakaproblema ngayon? So do you see the problem there? So this is just one example ng problema sa political dynasty. And yet, a lot of Filipinos are, supporting pa or grooming pa because given may mga tao na nag-stand out, nagsiservice talaga, and they came from a family of politicians naman, okay lang sana yon kung hindi likas sa ating mga Pilipino na maging madamdamin eh. Kaso kasi, we cannot separate yung professional or yung career life with our family life. Palaging nagkakabanggaan eh. Palaging may nasasalang. So, yun yung mahirap. So, nakikita nyo ba yung ibig ko sabihin? Because of this political dynasty, because our vice president is related to the former president who made a wrong call. Tapos ngayon, we're demanding her to speak up, make a stand and all. And it's very hard kasi family-oriented tayo masyado to the point that we all abuse that bloodline. We abuse it to our advantage. And here, the way I see it is parang ganon yung nagpe-play na role. Parang ganon eh. I don't know with you guys. Let me know sa comment section. But for me, yun yung nabasa ko. Yun yung nakita ko. And I've seen so many people, I've heard so many stories about something like this na minsan nagsasuffer yung professional decision ng isang tao because sinasang-alang-alang niya yung connection niya with a relative or with a family member. And so sometimes, yung decision na kailangan niyang gawin, hindi niya magawa, and other people are suffering. You get what I mean? Diba? Let's continue.
Rika, the president has left Washington, D.C. and is now en route to Manila. He so far declined to answer questions as to whether or not the Philippines is trying to forge fresh cooperation agreements with other countries to avoid spoiling potential deals. The president adds that he does not believe that China will lose economic interest in Manila just because Japan and the United States will be pouring in a lot of investments in the country. Rika.
Okay, so ayan lang. Yun lang yung masasabi ko on this news. But I've heard a very interesting thing, a very interesting thought doon sa isang episode ni Christian Esguerra doon sa kanyang channel where he interviewed a human rights lawyer. I'll put the link on the comment on the description box. Please go there. But basically, yung nasagap ko doon is parang that agreement that Duterte had with, I don't know if this is an assumption, but I'm just sharing kung ano yung nakuha ko from listening to that episode of Christian Esguerra. But parang that agreement with Duterte and China could be something na parang may long-term repercussion siya, which us Filipinos nga will never know until it happens. Kasi parang with the likes of China, even if, di ba, may agreement siya with Duterte, and then another administration comes in, even if this administration tries to forge a deal or something, pwede nila tayong at some point na paasahin or paglaruan something until mapalitan yung current administration with someone else na pwedeng China has already built relationship with. So very intriguing, di ba? So, and that new administration na magka-come in after the current administration could potentially give us away to China or give more advantage to China. So I don't know, speculation to. It's my own interpretation of what I've learned. I've heard from the episode of Christian Esguerra. So if I were you, please go there and watch it, and then come back here and comment kung tama ba yung sa pantaha ko. Because nung na-realize ko yon kanina, medyo sabi ko, oh my gosh. Just like how Comelec delayed. I'm not gonna say it anymore. Wag na. But yun nga, parang China can just wait it out and then wait for the next administration to come in. So whatever thing kung paano man siya inaayos ni PBBM ngayon could just be something na temporary. We don't know. I don't know. But that's what I'm feeling. And it's scary. And so that's why parang ngayon pa lang, tayong mga mamamayang Pilipino, maging aware na tayo. Manood-nood tayo ng mga gantong news. Share tayo ng mga saloobin. Kasi medyo in this day and age, we have information everywhere. Kailangan mo lang alamin kung ano yung totoo or hindi. And kailangan mong matutong mag-isip-isip and mag-realize na parang ano bang nangyayari? Bakit ganon? Bakit ganyan? Magsimula tayong magtanong and i-hold accountable yung mga officials natin sa gobyerno na anong ginagawa nyo? Ba't ginagawa nyo yan? Bakit ganon? Bakit ganyan? Kailangan mag-start tayong magtanong sa mga officials natin because masyado na silang nakampante dyan sa posisyon na yan. Akala nila is basta bibigyan lang nila tayo ng mga ayuda and all, okay na tayo, ganyan. Not knowing na mawawala na lang tayo balang araw. I mean, natatawa ko pero natatakot ako. It's scary. Kasi, yun nga, although yung na-feel ko kanina and yung na-realize ko about the West Philippine Sea could just be a mere assumption, but it is still a possibility. And we don't know because we don't know if the people na nandyan sa gobyerno ngayon are all trustworthy or meron silang mga hidden agenda. And right now, I think PBBM is just trying to survive this. It's just trying to see if ma-rectify ba yung or magagawan ba ng paraan. Because the Duterte camp won't say anything and won't confirm anything about any agreement. And China naman, although they've confirmed, we also do not know if they will divulge everything. So, ang hirap yung sitwasyon natin. And right now na pinag-uusapan ng West Philippine Sea, it's our duty as Filipinos na makilahok sa usapan. You know, hindi mo naman kailangang makipag-debate. Hindi mo naman kailangang mag-runong-runungan. Ang kailangan mong gawin is alamin. Alamin lang natin kung anong nangyayari. Alamin natin para hindi tayo magugulat na lang one of these days, hindi na pala tayo Pilipinas, China na pala tayo, or whatever. 'Di ba? I mean, ang tagal na nung ilang taon na tayong republika, ilang taon na tayong independent. Ngayon pa ba natin bibitawan yung independence natin? Kung kailan marami na sa ating natututo, marami na sa ating namumulat, sasayangin ba natin yung independence natin over some people na merong mga hidden motives and selfish goals and desires? So, yun lang. That's all I can say. Everything you've heard from me are like my own opinion, and it's just me thinking out loud, realizations and reactions from what I've seen on the news. So, kayo, ano yung sa inyo? Share with me. And if you've come up to this point, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your time here on my video. And let's just from now on ask and look for answers, look for informations, kasi importante. So that's all I can say. Have a good life. Smile always. Bye-bye. By the way, sorry, before I mag-bye, by the way, if you want to know how I did this makeup look, then please go to my channel and you'll see there how I made this makeup look. Okay? I'm not sure if I can put it somewhere on this video, but I'll try to put the link then on the description box. So again, thank you for watching. Have a good life. Smile always. Bye-bye.